Alright, so last episode began season 2 of our Wolves crew spending 100 million on brand new transfers, the first being João Felix, the next being Vanja Milinkovic to be our first team goalkeeper, and then Kuba Minte joining from Brighton to be a backup right mid for Patrick Vimmer, and also Omega joining to possibly, as you'll see, be our future starting striker. And we then took on Liverpool in the Community Shield, where it went down to penalties where João Felix would score, would save the penalty from Isaac, and Wirtz would miss his penalty, seeing us lift the Community Shield. Obviously, we beat Liverpool in the FA Cup final, and they won the Premier League title. That's where we faced them in this game. We managed to beat them in 2 cup finals in a row. We then managed to start our Premier League season off with a big victory here against Tottenham, where Strand Lawson was playing his final game for us, scored 2 goals in this one at the Molineux, and Omega would come off the bench and get a goal for himself to prove that he could be a great striker for us in the team. Because Strand Lawson would then leave to join Real Madrid for £60 million. After an impressive season last time round, we couldn't not accept the offer from Real Madrid. Nottingham Forest were the next up, obviously just second Postecoglou IRL, and Jeremy in this game was on fire, scoring 2 incredible goals. That long shot there was incredible from him, and then later in the game, Minter will come off the bench and rifle one near poster to make it 3-0 for us. And that means in the whole episode last time, we didn't concede a goal. But let's get into today's episode and make more new transfers. And to start today's episode, we're spending £16.5 million bringing Nordi Mukele in from Sunderland. The Frenchman is now 28 years of age, submitted down rated as the right back in the game, but he goes up in overall as a centre back. You guys suggested that down below we should bring him in compared to the other centre backs we did list last episode. You guys want to see Mukele in this team, so we are bringing him in. We're also going to make a new signing after this one as well for a backup striker and save the rest of the money till January most likely as well. So we do have like we have like 100 million left to spend still after making sales and stuff. So after this, we're going to make a new signing for a new striker as a backup player to Omega, and Mukele is going to be a new centre-back either alongside Totti or Agbadou, depending on who plays best alongside him. And signing from Mainz for £22.5 million is Benedict Hollerbach or Hollerbach, one of the two. I think it most likely would be Hollerbach, but it could be Hollerbach as well. But he signs it as a 79 rated striker, 25 years of age, can also play cam as well. So he's a fairly pacey player, good end products and great dribbling as well, and would be a fantastic backup striker for Omega. And also can push for the first team positions as well. If he does play well, he will most likely start in the team at some point. But Hollerbach joins it, going to change his number from the number 9 as Hollerbach and also Omega going to have to fight for that number. And for the first game of today's episode, we're going to take on Newcastle here at Molineux in a home game here. As you can see, Mukele is going to start at centre back alongside Agbadou, as you guys want to see him play alongside Agbadou in the back line. He does go to an 81 rating when we do convert him back into a centre back in this game, which we do love to see. And also Totti, by the way, he will continue to go up in his overall, I do believe, this season, so he could possibly replace Agbadou in the team. Who's got a better weak foot? Agbadou does a 5-star weak foot, but it should be completely fine just having to be in there anyway. I can see Hollerbach's going to be on the bench to make his debut in this game, and Rodrigo Gomes, by the way, I'm going to loan him out for the season, so I just don't see him getting much game time in this season compared to, obviously, with Doyle back. He obviously can play a bunch of midfield positions. Fer Lopez is my main backup cam in the team. Hollerbach can play there, Bellegarde, and also Arias can play there as well. So Gomez is going to get loaned out, and also Wang Hee-chan can also play there if we need him to. He's a player that I do want to keep around for the meantime anyway. But let's get into this one and hopefully start the episode off with a big win over Newcastle to remain undefeated so far this season. I did like Omega's link-up play. He's only got like 60-something passing in the game, but his actual like short passing feels pretty good. Here's Omega though. So he's 6'5", will be joining Chelsea next season IRL. And Jeremy. Ball up here looking for Omega on a header. Let's go be headed away by Madik Thiaw, the former AC Milan defender. The actual skill for that pass was insane. Ball inside it to Omega. Goes inside. Can he shoot? Omega shoots on Pope. What a save that is. That's just an insane save. Good as well. Need to give Pedro Lima a chance in this team as well at some point. Might do that in today's episode. Omega waiting for the run off Patrick Vimmer. Over the top, and Vimmer shoots, and that's a great finish. Pope couldn't save that one. No divine intervention from the Pope for that save. And Patrick Vimmer now playing the right mid role for us. Obviously played as a shadow striker in the cam role for us. That is what João Felix is playing for us this season. And I believe he got like 8 goals and 9 assists or something like that last season in the cam role. Had a pretty good time in the team that's coming in from January last season here. So this will be his full first proper season for us as a Wolves player. But he rifles it in the back of the net there. Makes it 1-0 and deservedly so in this game. We take the lead. He loses out there, and that's Chua getting it back for us. Andre now. Gonna bring it forward. The Brazilian's done well here. Going to get it across to João Felix. He does so. João Felix. Anthony Gordon. Ball inside. That should be Hugo Buenos to get away, and it is. And it's going to come back to them, though. Michele. Magic guard. Intercepted, though. Alanga. Shoots some range, blocked by Michele. It's going to be out for a corner. It's Hollerback for Lopez. Frees it through to the German, and Hollerback. Can he score in his debut? And Hollerback's done so. You love to see it. Off the bench. Hollerback gets his first goal in Wolves colours. And we've got an interesting debate at striker, because Omega in 2 games now has not scored a goal. And Hollerback in this first, well, kind of similar to what Omega did in that game against Spurs, comes off the bench and gets a goal. And those two are going to fight for that starting striker position. And I could see either one of them taking over. I could even see Hollerback taking over that position. Newcastle are doing some weird passing play there. For Lopez. And Hollerback wants another. The German. It's going to be unselfish. Gets it to Jerome. And Jerome pulls up the play. Back into Hollerback. Obviously can play the cam roll as well. Gomez. Incubamente. Shot. That's actually put out for a corner there by Pope. In this game, trying to get a consolation goal for themselves. They really don't deserve one. And Van just made a fantastic save there. As now Watermada comes on for them. 85 minutes ago, just before this corner. Well, 85 minutes gone, sorry. That's headed. And not saved or cleared off the line. And Marit Tiao has given Newcastle a chance. I want to see that header again. Because it looked like whoever on the line let that in. I need to see it again. It's a good cross and a good header. And yeah, I do feel like whoever it is on the line, I can't tell from there, but it's a fantastic header, to be fair. Actually, no, it's a great header. I think that's just a fantastic header. Then this game, where there's been barely any stoppage, they give 4 minutes and Cooper Minter hits it. Pope makes the save. That should be the end of the game here. It should be a 2-1 victory over Newcastle here. To start the episode off with, you'd love to see it. And Hollerback on this day, he gets a goal for himself. And overall, the game, we should have scored more goals in. We were a better team, we just couldn't score more than 2 in this game. See, Omega was denied by a great save from Pope and some other good saves from him. But overall, a great performance. And Fer Lopez, since coming on, got the Man of the Match award. Interesting. So he got the assist to the Hollerback goal. But somehow he gets the Man of the Match. I'm not too sure what he did other than that. But he played great in this game, to be fair. And away from him against Crystal Palace will continue our winning way to a Patrick Vimmer, Jerome, and also Vimmer getting a second in this game to make it 3-1 and grab us a 3 points here against Crystal Palace. And as you can see here, in the first round of the Carabao Cup, we've been drew against Arsenal in the first round. Obviously, we get to play, and obviously we're ready to the semi-finals last season. We actually got beat by Manchester City in the semi-final on penalties of the game. We didn't deserve to lose. We conceded a goal late on, which sent it to penalties, and we got knocked out by them in the penalty shootout in a rather frustrating fashion. But getting to this one now, against Arsenal at the Emirates, and hopefully get through into the next round of the Carabao Cup, because I don't think swimming this game would be the wisest decision, considering how good Arsenal's team is in this game. It's up into the hand of Michele there anyway. Saliba and Martinelli's just wide open, and it's offside. Thankfully, though, that makes sense why he was wide open, because it was offside. Patrick Vimmer, not too sure who was up against at this fullback position, but it might be Calafiori. Ball in, looking for Omega on a header. Omega's header hits the crossbar. Second gives the ball away, João Felix. But over the top, Jerome, good move there from him. He can play it hopefully across, but the game delayed it. Should have just scored. Here comes Saka here. That's good defending from Michele, who's again started this game alongside Agbadou. And Jerome up against Jurriën Timber. Omega back to Jerome, the Spaniard. He scores to make it 1-0. A cross goal, Jerome does so. He loves that finish into the far corner. He's honestly incredible at doing that. That's how I scored so many goals with him in this team. A left-foot shot there across goal. And Jerome, the Spaniard, puts us in the lead. A well-deserved lead in this game as well. So we have been the better team. Obviously, Arsenal scored that goal that was offside. We didn't hit the crossbar. And that last chance where I tried to play it across there to Omega was somehow stopped, even though it shouldn't have happened. It should have actually worked out for us. But Jerome this time runs through. And there's no pass option off there for him this time. So he just rifles it past the keeper and makes it 1-0 to us. Andre Sends forward Jeremy. Omega. One touch, get the shot away there, post, and Heining go for them, makes the save okay. And coming forward at Arsenal, Martinelli, who obviously scored that goal that was offside. Somehow gets the ball through to Gyökeres and Vanja, what a save that is. Oh, it's a great ball through to Bukayo Saka. Can Vanja make a big save? Yes, he does. Yeah, they come on the counter. Nico Marino. Declan Rice to Bukayo Saka, who hits it, blocked away by Mukele, and Vanja had to save it. Hello, back over the top to Yankuba Minte. Minte now cuts it back. Over here to Kiergaard. And Bellegarde, what was that touch? Speaking of pace, Gyökeres is through. Vanja, big save, and what a save that is again. Vanja is incredible. And Hollerback. One-on-one with Saliba, the German. Gets past him, can he make it 2-0? And Hollerback does so. And in the next game we're going to play, I might start him up front. Because Omega, I'm just struggling to do anything within the game. He's got like 45 balance or agility, one of the two, and it's just so... I don't know, it's not like he can't do stuff, because we've seen him score a goal for us, and he's been in goal scoring opportunities. He just doesn't actually operate as a striker randomly. He just moves that wide or moves into a camera, and João Felix is in the striker position. Inca Minte now. It's a great cross. Hollerback, good touch. Hollerback now finesse from the German straight into the goals of high. No, and it's a 2-0 victory. We knock Arsenal out of the Carabao Cup in the first round we get to play in. I would have liked to have just simmed to this game, but obviously Arsenal are a team of a great team with great players. If I can get my words out, that'd be great. And obviously, in my opinion, Vanja should be the man of the match. He made 3 or 4 game-winning saves for us, because they could have scored goals in this game, but he stopped them on every occasion. And up against Wolfsburg in the first game in the Europa League phase, we get a 2-1 victory over Omega, and also Jeremy scoring goals up against them here. And up against newly promoted Swansea here, our second team get a 2-1 victory with Fer Lopez and Hollerback getting the goals in this game here. And up against Stade Rennais in the Europa League phase, we're held to a 2-2 draw, and 1 point apiece, with Mbola getting a goal later on for them to rescue a point, and also Jeremy and Omega getting goals for us in this one here. And for our next game, we're going to be taking on Manchester City here at home at the Molineux. We're currently third in the table. We're currently top of the table, undefeated still in the Prem. And for this game, we're going to play Omega, as you'll see in a second here, in a tactic, as a target forward for this game, because I feel like he might work out better than that, because obviously he's 6'5", and he does obviously want to win headers and stuff like that. That's what we do want him to do in the team. And the way that we were using him in this team currently as an advanced forward, he gets the ball short, around where João Felix is, or sometimes goes out wide to where Jeremy or Wimmer are when they cut inside, mainly to the left. And then I'm struggling to really do anything with him. But I feel like maybe on target forward, he could be better for us in the team. So Hollerback, when we bring him on, will be a advanced forward in the team. That's what we will switch to at some point when he does come on. But let's get into this game up against Man City and hopefully continue our winning ways and beat Pep Guardiola's Man City once again in this series. Also, as I mentioned before, it's Bradley Barcola here. He's trying to get his way through. Kovacic hits it from range, and Kovacic puts it wide to the post. So it obviously got added in the SC25, sorry. Omega, and well, wasn't really where I wanted him to be there. I should see with target forward, I thought it would be where João Felix is, but he just wasn't. I just feel like he's not going to really work out in this team, but you never know. It could just be getting used to him and how he plays. And Jeremy, stolen by Aït-Nouri, seems to have decent pace. Omega in the centre as a target forward, wins the header, but Donnarumma, a very comfortable save there for him to make. And Haaland here still going. Ball inside, Wolf heads it away to Rodri. To Chua, wins the header, Wimmer to Gomez, Omega. Ball forward to Patrick Wimmer here, great play there, and Wimmer makes it 1-0. And it seems like Omega in this team doesn't want to be a goal-scoring striker. He wants to be a striker that gets assists. And if that works out for us, I don't mind it. But obviously our striker needs to score goals at the end of the day. If he doesn't really get into positions to score goals, then that won't be good for us in the long run. But Wimmer here runs through, gets the assist for Omega, pokes it into the back of the net to a power, and beats Donnarumma to make it 1-0 to us here. Foden here, ball in. Michele does well to defend that. How is that not a free kick? Lovely ball by João Felix, but Kabora is going to get there. And doesn't deal with it though. And Yorome into the box looking for Omega. But Donnarumma collects it. Felix now. Omega. Can he beat Ruben Diaz? He does so, but Kabore comes out of nowhere. Gomez through, great play. And Wimmer to double our lead. And Donnarumma stops him. Omega cross looking for him. He takes it down. Good play there from him. Can he get it across there to Felix, who shoots, and Donnarumma makes a great save there. Lovely play there from Felix. Patrick Wimmer. The overlap of Gomez now, sorry. But across to Omega, who shoots, and Donnarumma somehow concedes there. And Omega gets himself a goal. You'd love to see it. I'm going to bring on Huller back in a second for the rest of the game. And Donnarumma, to be fair, was blindsided by Kanji, but the ball straight at him. Of all the things he's saved in this game, this one goes in. For the first time already in this game, Michele comes across, doesn't stop him either. Oh no, that's worked against me. Rodri. That's a goal for City. That header that I put back into the box was meant to go towards Vanja. Well, of course it passed it straight to the Man City player that was in the centre. Of course it does, man. Gomez over the top. Minter, please be onside. Minter shoots and he's hit the post, but it was offside. Look. Chua fouls him. And the game is still going. It's not going to be a red card for him, thankfully. Ball in. Vanja, that's got to be yours, thank you. There we go. It's a 2-1 victory. And 3 points for us here. In a game where it was a hard-fought game. City gave us a good game in this one, but we deserved the victory in the end. And pick up another 3 points and remain undefeated so far in the Premier League so far this season, which is insane to think about. And a great game from João Gomez in midfield, the man of the match. And Mega up with a 9.8. And clearly as a target forward, is playing much better. So we need to keep him on that role and see if he can continue to go forward and put in games like he just did for this one. And for the final game of today's episode, I'm going to take on Liverpool. Obviously, yesterday lost 2-1 to Manchester United. Liverpool this season have not looked great since spending big money in Ekitike, Wirtz, Isaac as well. Milos Kerkez joining. They just haven't looked to their best. And Liverpool, obviously, losing to Manchester United is a big thing for them these days not to do, considering how bad Man United have been in recent years. And obviously, that Maguire goal was the reason they did lose that game. Let's get into this one now at Anfield and hopefully do the same and beat them. And hopefully, Omega at striker again can have a great game like he did last time. He did score, but overall, he did play great as a target forward in the team. Here to Chiesa, the Italian. Charging forward the ball, runs out of play though, and that's going to be a goal kick for us. João Felix. Omega through into João Felix, who makes it 1-0. And we take the lead here. And João Felix here scores for us to make it 1-0, which you'd love to see. Gomez through. Patrick. Wimmer across. Shot taken, Gravenberch blocks it. João Felix through here to Wimmer. Can he score? And that's a great chance here by Van Dijk. Wirtz running through. Defence is just letting through there. Agbadu challenge made, but didn't need to. Vanja made the save. He's got through here. Alexander Isak still going. The play switching's done me in there, but Jackson can defend him though. Wise. I also don't know the fact that it's only 1-0 in this game. But here's Omega, great play. Can Omega score here? The Dutchman hits it, blocks by Marquinhos, man. Pass needs to be better there from Wolf though. Ball forward into Chiesa. Later on in this game, can Liverpool get a goal? But we do defend them there, thankfully. Malic Kiergaard. Arias. To Holler back. We doubled our lead later on in this game here to guarantee the 3 points in this one. So. And with Liverpool threw everything forward there. You could see them there, 2 defenders back to try and stop us. But Hollerback gets the goal. He gives a 2-goal lead in this game, and the 3 points should be wrapped up now. And the German, who's been a fantastic player since signing for us in today's episode, might genuinely have to take over the striking role going forward. because I'm going to keep giving Omega chances, but if he doesn't keep scoring and Hollerback keeps scoring after coming off the bench, then we're going to have to make the switch and think about his future at the club, because right now Omega, he's got a bunch of assists and a decent amount of goals for us, but overall in games I just feel like we're depending on everyone else around him to do stuff, and we can't rely on him as striker to get goals, which is not great to have as your striker. But he does do well linking up play, but at the same time, do we want a striker that's just about linking up play? Do we want a striker that's about scoring goals? That's a question. As we get the 2-0 victory against them, the 3 points right up, and another clean sheet for us in this game. A big victory to keep us undefeated on top of the table in the Prem this season. And well, that's going to call it for the end of today's episode. We're going to see by the stats of the players. Patrick Vermeer with 6 goals and 2 assists. Same with Jaromir. Our 2 wingers are really stepping up in terms of scoring goals this season. Omega at striker, actually, it's a weird paradox we're in, where he's got 5 goals and 6 assists. So on paper and stats-wise, he's looking incredible at striker. And maybe I'm just being harsh on him. Maybe I should just accept that he's going to be more of an assister and not really scoring goals for us. But at the same time, Hollerback, 4 goals in 5 games. He's been incredible so far. And João Felix has only got 1 assist, which is interesting. I thought he would have more than that. But Lopez with 4 in that cam role. He's been doing great off the bench and getting a bunch of assists when he comes on. Minter, we need to see more of him. 1 goal and 0 assists for him, obviously, as the season goes along. We're going to get more goal contributions for the players. As you'll see that by our budget, we still do have 67 million to spend in January, which we will probably get to next episode. And in terms of our performances so far, I can see in the Europa League phase, we currently are in 10th after 2 games draw and a win for us. But in the Premier League, we're obviously looking pretty good so far. With 8 games and 8 wins, 21 goals scored, only 4 conceded, and most of those are in sim games as well. And we're currently sitting a few points close. Chelsea in 2nd place, so a great start for us in the league this season. And possibly, we could shock everyone and manage to actually win the league this season round. If we continue these great performances, we could possibly win a quadruple this season. Alongside the Community Shield, we have the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the Europa League for trophies we can try and win this season, which we're looking to do so as well. And like I said, that's the quote for today's episode. Drop a like and subscribe for more content, and give me your verdict on Omega at striker. Do I just let him do what he's doing and just kind of just get used to it and kind of not really have a striker that scores most of our goals in the games, but is going to be getting a bunch of assists for us in the team? Or if we should possibly think about making a change in the near future. Because my main issue with him, as you'll see by his physical stats, if I think it's a physical stats balance, is only 49, which is insane because 49 balance isn't great, but at the same time, he's a striker who's tall. But again, in real life, I feel like his balance is going to be much higher than 49 rated in FIFA. But for some reason, EA always gives tall strikers who are good on the ball really low balance. If you watch him make it in real life, he's pretty good on the ball. I mean, he's kind of like similar to Voldemort in some situations. He's decent on the ball. He's not awful. But in the game, he just has 49 balance and just doesn't really feel that good on the ball, as you can tell by the stats. But so far, this team's looking pretty good this season. Drop a like and subscribe like I mentioned before. And as always, thank you for watching, and goodbye.